Hey, it's Ebony back again with another episode of R&B Vibes, and I got with me a singer, songwriter, dancer. Yeah, this man can move to the left and the right. It is Drew Castle.
Yo, yo.
Come on, come through.
Yo, thank you for that little intro. I like that.
Listen. When I tell you, learning your story had to be an interesting one because you truly are that moment where you don't know where God can take you.
For sure.
You never know. Now you're from Cleveland, right?
Absolutely.
I have to ask this weird question. Okay, this is
Okay.
my research.
Okay.
Is it true that your family has an award for being like the biggest family or in Cleveland or something like that? Is that true?
Yo, how do you know this?
Is that true?
Okay, it's true.
How? First of all, why do y'all have an award for that? And then, why does Cleveland have to recognize y'all for having this huge family?
Yo, the real question is, how did you figure that out?
And then is it like 14 or something like that of y'all in there? 13 or 14?
Yeah. It's a lot. Well, that award actually came when my dad was younger, before I was even born.
Oh, okay.
So it's been like that for years.
Do y'all don't hold the title anymore, right? Or
I believe we do. Still. I don't think they give out awards for it anymore in the city, but then when they did, we definitely won that award.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I guess it's never been a thing about who has the biggest family in the city. But I believe
because y'all took that title.
Oh, for sure.
Now all of y'all are all musicians and singers. I think your dad's a pastor, right?
Yes.
So how was it trying to find your sound in a very musically inclined family?
Well, my grandmother is a jazz singer. My sister is a singer. My brother's a rapper. My mom is a praise and worship leader.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up around music. I've been playing music since I was 3 years old. I got my first drum set at 3 years old, and I started playing piano around the age of like 10. So I've been around music, especially growing up in church. Like I've been around music like my whole life.
So you didn't find it hard trying to find your own sound though?
It was hard at first, honestly, because like growing up in church and then being like a pop R&B songwriter, I used to call my songs life songs. So I would just write all my music to things that I was experiencing from a kid on up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how over time you start to develop new sounds and all that, but I just kind of made it a promise to myself that I would just keep it real straight when it came to like what my message was on my music. And the sound for me, it has a lot to do with a lot of guitars and things like that. So just over time, I kind of developed a sound. I have a new sound now that I'm really working on that I'm really excited for people to hear too. So,
well, tell me about taking it serious. I think you took music seriously at like about 15, 16, right? What was that decision? What made you do that?
Honestly, well, I played sports my whole life. I ran track and played football my whole life. And to be honest, coming from Cleveland, Ohio, anybody who's from the city knows how hard it is to get about the city. And playing sports was going to be my gateway about the city. But I had been playing music and knowing music since, like I said, since 3 years old. And for me, music was a getaway. I didn't want people to know I could sing. I didn't want people to know that I could, write songs. I was using it for like my own personal healing until one day I wrote this song for my mom. And at the time we were living in a women's shelter. And I wrote this song for her and she completely just bawled her eyes out. And from that moment, at that time I was 11, 12 years old around that time. And at that moment, I started thinking at a young age, I'm like, man, if I can make my mom feel that way, I wonder how I can make other people feel that way through songwriting.
Do you remember the song? Like, what was the song?
The song was called Brighten My Day.
Okay.
And the song was directly about my mom. It was directly to and written for my mom. And it was about some of the struggles she had went through as a mom, raising the kids and all that, living in a women's shelter at the time. And just the regular, struggles of life, being married, having kids. My parents been married since they were 18 and 20. So they've been taking care of kids since they were like, that young. Now they got 14, grandkids. I got 14 nieces and nephews. So it's a really big family for real.
Yeah.
But the purpose of that song was to hopefully brighten up her day, just to let her know that that somebody recognized her and saw her efforts and all the things that she was trying to accomplish just as a mom, as a human being. She's a very selfless person, So that's what the song initially was about.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
You are so good at writing emotions. You really are. Like,
Yeah.
and we're gonna talk about more into your songwriting, but
Yes.
I gotta get into you being this now, being serious into your songwriting, your singing, and then you're posting it on Instagram.
Yeah.
You're just going through that,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden, Madison Square Garden. Wait, what?
Sheesh.
Take me to this Instagram. I think it was a message or a DM that you got that received into an email. Tell us the story about that.
Okay, so I moved to Nashville in 2015. Moved to Nashville in 2015.
Mhm.
At the time, my sister, I was performing a lot in Cleveland, and my older sister Vashti, she was like, "You should put your email in the bio of your Instagram just in case anybody wants to reach out to you for like any bookings or whatever the case is." And I was like, "All right, cool." And so I put it in my bio, and the next day, I got an email from the Florida Georgia line,
Mm-hmm.
which is Brian and Tyler. And at the time when I got the email, I didn't think it was real. I was like, it was definitely different for me because I'm a pop R&B singer songwriter and all that
All
stuff.
of a sudden, a country artist.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a kid from Cleveland. I'm a city kid, so it's like this is really different. And so I never emailed them back. They left their number. They was like, "Yo, are you managed by anybody? Like, what's going on?" And I never emailed them back. I just the number that was there, I called it to see if it was real, and we were on the phone for hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I had a radio interview that night after I got the phone with them.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I had a radio interview that night for something I had going on in the city, and then I get another call from them that night, and it was Tyler, and he was like, "Yo, we're getting ready to go out of the country on like the second half of our tour,
Mm-hmm.
but we want to meet you. Is it possible that we can get you out to Madison Square Garden tomorrow?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm too busy. I can't do that."
Not no.
And I was like, "Nah, I can't
That's
do
not
it."
what you
That's
say.
absolutely not what I said at all. I definitely was like, "Yeah, I'm coming
I'm
through."
here tomorrow. I got
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. I'm like, "Nah, yeah, I can come through." So they got me a ticket. I flew out there the next morning, and that's how I met Brian and Tyler at Madison Square Garden during their Anything Goes tour.
Mm-hmm.
And that night, I met Thomas Rhett because he was on tour with them. I met Frankie Ballard,
Yeah.
and I met Caesar the Dog Whisperer.
I'm sorry.
Caesar the Dog Whisperer. You know the
Is he a bald dude?
no, Caesar. You know the guy that's on the TV shows. He be training the dogs.
I feel like I know what you're talking
You know,
about.
like if I showed you a picture of this guy, you
We're
would
going
know
to show me a
exactly what I'm
picture. I
talking
feel like
about.
our listeners are going to be like, she don't know. Okay, so you now the city guy, being around these country people. I know
Yeah.
Thomas Rhett is an amazing artist.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Being out in this country scene, all these people. You're like, wait, what? It had to be a little nerve wracking.
It was a little nerve wracking because I never thought that my first time being at Madison Square Garden would be me meeting who were potentially going to be my managers
Yeah.
at the time. And a few months later, I ended up signing with Brian and Tyler, and that's how I moved to Nashville. I didn't being around that energy and all those people
Mhm.
like that. I was like, this is different because I went from being around just a small group of people to being around a plethora of people. I was like, this is different. They kicking it all night.
Yeah.
They everywhere all night. Hey, we gotta go get some pizza, right? Hey, no, let's go to the Chinese spot. Hey, let's ask the hotel. People
always
we can-
something.
It's always something, yo. So it
Mm-mm.
was different for sure. That was my first time really being like, man, this is how it really is for real. So,
And it was crazy. I love the fact that you didn't even tell me if I'm wrong or right, but you didn't see yourself in Nashville. You didn't know that was going to be the next step, right?
yeah, no, I had another deal situation happening in LA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say who it
Okay.
was with.
Okay.
I'll tell you after. But it just didn't happen. I really wanted to happen because it was with one of my favorite songwriters ever.
Mhm.
And it just didn't happen. And then that's when I got the call from Brian and Tyler. But Nashville was definitely the last place on my mind to ever move at all. The only thing I knew about Nashville was Taylor Swift. The
So
only thing.
you thought cowboy hats and cowgirl
telling
boots,
you, yo.
and that is it.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now that all I thought about Nashville was cowboy boots and cowboy hats and horses.
We have so much more. Of course, now you see that. Now you know, of
Oh,
course.
for sure. That's why I'm
Yeah.
still here.
Yeah. Well, now, okay, so you went from being this city boy, city guy, and
Yeah.
doing all city things of Cleveland.
City boys be up.
City boys be up, and then going into this country lifestyle in a sense.
Yeah.
And how did that help you as an artist or as a person, being with them? Because y'all were on this cruise ship or something where you was
Yeah.
opening for them.
Yeah, yeah.
What was that experience for you? Fast trajectory.
Well, for me, it was definitely different because when they first signed me, I didn't think they were going to take me on tour. That wasn't even my thought at all.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was just like I'm signing a publishing deal, a management agreement with them as their artist. They're gonna represent me. I'm gonna come down here and write songs and do my best to just try to get my songs placed with other artists and even some songs for myself. And then like 3 weeks, 4 weeks of me living here, Tyler was like, "Yo, so we were thinking about like taking you on the road," and I was like, "Word," and it was
Mm.
like, "Yeah, like want you to open up for us." And I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna have to figure something out because I didn't have no. I had songs like on SoundCloud and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I didn't have any like I didn't have a lead single out or a project out or nothing like that at the time. So I was like,
What am I
what
gonna do?
what I'm gonna do? So I just started working on like some cover songs and some original songs too that I had, but I really focused on the cover songs on that tour
Mhm.
just to connect with the people a little bit more. And so yeah, they took me on the road and they threw me in the fire, yo. It was literally like, we ain't got no plan for how you gonna do this, but we giving you 20 minutes to do this, and
Mhm.
that's it. And so the first show was trash.
Mm.
It was terrible.
Why was it trash?
It was terrible because I got on that stage, and to be real with you, as an artist and as a songwriter, you look at all the people that have inspired you and you see them performing in front of these big crowds and things, and you in your mind you feel like, I feel like that's something I could do. But then when you're actually in front of it, it's like,
Yeah.
yo, this is for real.
Game
So
changer.
it was a game changer. And then there wasn't a night or a day that went by when I got up on that stage every now on that tour where I was like, yo, how did I get up here? And I went from performing in Cleveland in front of like 50 or less people to 20, 25,000 people a night.
My stomach would hurt. I could not.
It was crazy.
Now you gotta tell me though. There's a story I want you to share with me. There's a story about you having to sing one of their songs, and you not have no practice. What? Tell me that
Yo,
story.
whoa, this is crazy. Okay, anybody who listens to this, I need y'all to know she does her homework for real. Because
I
listen,
do.
I've literally only told this story like a handful of times.
Oh wow.
And I don't think I've ever actually said it in public.
Oh, I'm good at what I do.
That's crazy. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna tell you the story. So, one night Tyler comes to me and he says, "Yo, we want to bring you out on stage with us during our set too, so we can introduce you to more and more people.
Mhm.
We think it'd be cool to have you on stage. You got the energy. Just learn this song, the second verse of this song, and the song was Shine On,
Ooh.
and which is a big,
Mhm.
country record for them.
Yeah.
And so they can you learn the second verse of this?" I said, "Okay, cool. It's okay. We're gonna perform it tomorrow night." I said, "Okay, cool." So I'm listening to this song non-stop, just the second verse.
Mhm.
And I felt like I had it down until they did an introduction like, "Yo, we got our boy Drew Castle here. You seen him a little bit earlier. He did his thing. He's our artist and everything. We want to bring him out. Is that cool with you guys?" And the girl's like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, before we bring him out, just put your lights on because it's about to get real bright in here. We're about to get our shine on."
Oh my god.
Then he says, "Drew, come on out, baby." I come on out, and the second verse comes up. And when I tell you, not a word came out of my mouth at all.
Are you?
I forgot everything.
What you mean?
It was so bad, yo. I can't even believe I'm saying this right now. It was so bad that I had like the lyrics written like on my hand,
Mhm.
trying to remember the lyrics on stage so I didn't mess up. It was really like that. And the craziest part about it is that Brian and Tyler live on stage are looking at me laughing.
No, they did
Full
not.
blown, just left me out there rolling. And people, the whole team inside stage, they're like, "Oh, look at this guy. He just screwed it up." And it ended up being like super funny.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I completely screwed that up for sure. But then the next day I got it, and then they kept me coming out doing
Mhm.
that song the rest of the tour.
That has to be
So,
such an experience. First of all,
yeah.
I don't know what I would do if nothing, no words came out. I think I would
Crazy.
hide somewhere.
Are
And
y'all out of your minds? Like what?
But you did it. You
Yeah,
know, you kept going and
for
you
sure.
kept trying.
Yeah.
Determination will always be a key
Oh yeah.
to life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and now here you are, and you're
Yeah.
still doing amazing things, being
Yeah.
determined.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, I gotta go fast forward.
Okay.
Singer songwriter,
Yeah.
you write the song "Slow"
Yeah.
by Tank with Tank and Jay Valentine.
Yeah.
What? How did you get to know Tank? Like, what was that story like?
Well, I'll say this that I wouldn't say that me and Tank are like friends.
Yeah.
Well, we do know of each other and we have mutual people that we work with for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got the opportunity through a friend of mine, Will Giddens and my dude AJ Dudley.
Mm-hmm.
They were working on the song initially out in LA and I was asleep and they called me and was like, "Yo, wake up! We working on the song for Tank. It's on FaceTime too, by the way. We're working on this song for Tank, and we want you to help us finish the song out." So I took like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes of my time, and helped them write the song,
Mm-hmm.
and went back to sleep. I didn't think nothing of it at all. And so then I had got word that Tank really loved it, and then he was like, he's gonna put it on the album. I believe that's what happened. He's gonna put it on the album. And
Mm-hmm.
at that moment already, I was like, yeah, I'm sold because like Tank is my dude. I
Right.
rock with Tank. Tough.
Yeah.
Super tough. And then it was like, yo, Tank is thinking about using this as the single. And they're talking about, making the music video to this and everything. I'm just like, what? And so from there, he ended up how I heard his actual vocals for the first time on the song was crazy because I was out to eat. And I was waiting to hear the vocals back, like, send the file back so I can hear him singing it.
Yeah.
And I didn't find out through a file or nothing. I was at dinner and I opened up Instagram and the first video that I saw was a video of him letting everybody hear the vocals he had recorded to this new song.
Oh my gosh.
And it was the song that I had wrote with my guys. And I was at the restaurant tripping. I was
You didn't get
tripping.
kicked out of the restaurant, did you?
I didn't get kicked out. They should have kicked me
They
out
shoulda
because
kicked you
I
out.
literally got up out like from the table and ran.
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
like, "Yo, do y'all hear this right now?" They didn't. My guys in LA didn't even see the video.
Yeah.
I called them like, "Yo, you see the joint?" And they were like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Bro, go to Tank's page right now." They was like, "Whoa, bro." We say that all the time. "Whoa, bro."
Yeah.
It's like, "Whoa, bro." Like, that's insane. We just the rest of the night was a celebration. Dinner turned into a celebration.
Yeah. After that, you had to go and go to a rooftop bar and
Everything.
get a little hammered.
Every-
It's okay.
Everything.
It's okay.
They had to carry me back to my place.
Well, that's a great accomplishment, you know.
Sure,
and
yeah.
and it's so funny to me. You songwriting, you being a songwriter, being a singer, and working for others.
Yeah.
Is it hard writing a song for someone else versus your own self?
It's definitely a challenge because as a songwriter, you have to be able to write so many styles of music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From country to R&B to pop to gospel, contemporary Christian music, rock, whatever, because I've written all of them.
Yeah.
And when you start to write songs for yourself, it's really hard to try to find a sound for you because you're so used to writing so many styles of music.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that can be very, very difficult trying to find a sound for yourself.
Hmm.
When I think as songwriters, as artists, I'm sorry, you have to get a sound for yourself. You have to separate what you like to hear versus what you love for yourself.
Mm.
So like I like to hear a lot of music, but that don't mean it's for me.
Right.
And if you don't know how to separate the two as a songwriter and an artist, you'll get caught up in all the other things and you'll never develop something that is true to you.
So, who are you as a songwriter versus as an artist, or what is the mindset that you have when writing for someone else versus yourself?
I think I've mastered, because I've written so many songs for myself and for other people, I've mastered what it means to be, when I'm in a room, I'm songwriter Drew today because I'm here to be an asset to what somebody else has going on. And then when it's something for me, when it feels good to me for me, then that's when I know it's like, yeah, this is my joint for sure.
Okay. Do you ever have a moment though when you're somebody's singing the song that you wrote and you're like, that's not how I heard it in my head? Is that a thing?
Absolutely, that happened one time before with a country artist. I'm not gonna say who it is,
Yeah.
but and it's no shot to them, but but when I had wrote this one song, and it was a ballad, and it was super super dope. Honestly, I like it's still one of my favorite songs. He wanted to use it for one of his records. I said, okay, dope, and the song, when I heard it for the first time after he recorded it, he turned it into like a rock song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Different
yeah,
spin.
a
Completely
whole
different
different
spin.
spin. It wasn't terrible, but it was definitely not what I envisioned at
Yeah.
all in any kind of way. But at that point, as a songwriter, it goes many different ways. Like you could write a song for somebody and they may like your melody, but they want to switch a little lyric here, or they may sing it just slightly different from how you did it, but it's still the same, along the same lines of how you sang it or how you presented it to them. So sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches because, like, as a songwriter, it's not easy to get song placements at all,
Yeah.
and you sometimes just gotta roll with the punches.
Okay. Well,
You
when you
know?
comes to your songs, though, I think that your music is all love. You know how to speak to women. You really do, and you know how to, I think, emphasize an emotion that is currently you're going through.
For
I
sure.
heard, you was curious about what song I've heard so far.
Yeah. What song?
Okay, so I've heard "Honest" and
Okay.
I've heard "Heartbeat," and "Heartbeat's" my
Oh,
favorite.
Heartbeat.
I like "Heartbeat."
Was it the girl singing?
No, it was you singing.
It was my
You
song,
were
Heartbeat.
you were
I
you were
do got a,
singing
I got a song called Heartbeat.
Jesus of the Lord. This is hilarious. You
It's
have
out.
no. I had to. This is me doing my deep sea diving
This is crazy, dog.
research.
Okay, because I know I have a song called Heartbeat. I know I
Yes,
do. I
yes.
just can't remember how it goes.
You
But it's
were
not
playing.
out though.
No, I found it. You was singing it, and you were playing your guitar while you were singing it,
Right.
and you were telling. I think that you were talking about a girl that you worked on the song with, and I don't remember what her name was,
Right.
but you were singing it, and I was like, okay, I vibe with this song.
Yeah.
But that's what. But going back to your notation, a lot of your songs we gotta
Yeah, for
deep
sure.
sea dive for. Why is it like that? What's going on?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna go about how I reach the women when I write the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my dude Blake, who's here right now, he also said to me the other day. He was like, "Yo, um, I like your songs because you're not talking at them. You're actually
No.
talking to them."
Yeah.
And I never really paid attention to that. I just always been like very intentional about what it is I'm saying in my songs. And so when he said that to me, like maybe like last week, I was like, you know what, you're kind of right. I never really noticed that. I was just trying to be true to the lyric. That's all. And then to the other point, um, about I lost it.
Finding your music.
Finding music. Okay, so the music that I put out before was with the label I was with before with Brian and Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of people don't know this, but like when you put out music on the platforms, you have to pay a fee each month, and to keep them on the platforms, it's a small fee,
Oh,
super small
did
fee.
not know this.
But like when I put the music out before under the label, um, I wasn't the one that put it up myself. So the label I was with before is not a label anymore. So that means that nobody's paying that fee anymore.
Mm.
It would have been dope if I would have known because I would have just took care of it myself. But I mean, it's a mistake, honestly. I wasn't really tripping on it. But I'm actually kind of happy too that the music isn't there anymore because now I got a fresh start.
I mean, fresh start. But is there any song that you've done in the past that you're like, okay, let me go ahead and redo that one, revamp it? Can you do that?
I mean, the only one that I can think about right now is a song I got called Lois Lane.
Mm.
That's one of my favorite songs. And my song Honest got taken down too. I love Honest, but the music video is still up.
That's how I found
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I saw the barn and the whole horse and everything. I was
Yeah,
like, I don't know whose farm he's in, but
yeah. I lucked up on that farm too because I came there to show somebody some love, and I asked the guy, I said, "Yo, I'll pay you if I can come out here and like shoot a video for this song because
Mm.
I've been like looking for a place like to shoot the video." And he was like, he said, "If you can bring me a bag of apples,
Wait.
I'll let you." I said, "What?" I couldn't believe a bag of apples
Back of apples.
as payment to shoot a music video on your whole entire like
Done.
land. Oh, what?
Did you show up with like three?
Yeah, I
Oh,
showed up with three.
ba-
I showed up. Yeah, I showed up
Three.
exactly with three. I said, "Here you go, my brother.
Yeah.
And here's a little bit of cash too."
That
I
was
won't go
sweet
let
of
him go
you.
without no cash.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do.
Mhm.
But that's how I found more of your music and learning more about you. It is interesting. Like we said before, you never know where God can take you.
Truly.
And do you know where you want to go next when it comes to your sound or who you want to work with as a songwriter?
Yes, I know where I want to go with my sound right now. I'm really excited about putting out some new music. I I get a lot of messages about like when are you gonna put out new music. Most messages that I do get is about me putting out new music.
Hmm.
Most people know me from being a songwriter and an artist, not so much of like the musician. They know I can play instruments and stuff like that, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this sound is going to fit because it's not something that you would hear normally from a a black male artist.
Okay, I'm curious.
I mean, it's still pop R&B, but it's the way that I'm doing it. You know, I have
Okay.
to. None of it's out, of course, but I'll
Yeah.
play you some after this. But um, I think in the black community, it's very hard to expand your ears when it comes to what you listen to.
Hmm.
So I'm fortunate enough to have signed with the Florida Georgia Line and did all these things because that expanded my ear.
Hmm.
You know, I didn't really think about country music until I got on tour with them, and I was like, "Yo, actually, that's kind of dope for real." You're not gonna find too many black people who really listen to country music. And if they are out there, I don't really know too many, but like
Yeah.
I know a decent few. Don't get me wrong, but for the most part though, they don't really listen to country music like that. They probably think it's like corny, but I'm here to tell y'all, like some of this country music go
It's actually
crazy.
good. I
That's
love me some Raven
it's
McIntyre.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Listen.
it's some good stuff out here. So for me as a pop R&B artist, if I had to do a comparison as far as like the style of music, it's kind of like along the Khalid side.
Okay.
It's like Khalid mixed with a little bit of Drake-ish in there.
I
You know what I'm
like.
saying? But the beats are a little bit different. So I'm excited to see what people think of it.
All right.
Because people love everything for the most part that I've written that I've shared on my page. You know, so I'm really excited to see what they're gonna think about this new music for sure.
Are you gonna do a release party or something?
Absolutely. I think I'm gonna do three of them. I think I'm gonna do one in New York, one here. I thought about doing one back in Cleveland.
Mm.
I might, but I definitely want to do one here, New York, and in LA.
How is the home base like when you go back home and doing? You still do shows in Cleveland, right?
I haven't been performing at all.
Whoa.
I haven't hit the stage in like maybe like 5 years now.
So okay, so with this release party, are you gonna be singing live, or are you gonna just let people listen to it?
I'm gonna sing a couple live,
Are you
and
gonna
then
dance?
I may dance a little. Yeah, I
Oh,
may dance a
okay. So
little.
it's gonna be a special
That's
type of show.
yeah. It's gonna be one of the things like you better make a select few slots for you to be like at this event type thing.
Are you
And I
nervous?
no
Okay.
no I'm more confident than I've ever been because for the past 5 years I hadn't been singing at all. Just a small little detour. I had lost my voice, had to get my voice back.
Mm.
So me gaining my voice back the way I have it now, it's not the same as it was before, but it gave me a new sound.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So that's why I'm really excited to see what people think about it.
I kind of want him to sing right now, but I don't feel like he will. I'm like, I want to hear him sing. Well, then I'm getting ready then for the music that you're going to release, and
Oh, for
hopefully,
sure.
you'll be able to let me listen to it after the interview, and
Oh
y'all
yeah,
won't get that part. But I'm excited for y'all to check him out. He's an
for
amazing
sure.
artist. Now, you also did something that I love. You have a phrase that you said. Two reasons why I don't compete. One, you can't have what's mine, and two, I don't want what's yours.
Absolutely.
I love that phrase.
Yeah.
That's not like your motto in life, but I feel like when you have moments where you're like, okay, this other person's doing this,
Yeah.
I've been not been able to do this particular thing for
Yeah.
5 years, other person's doing it.
Yeah.
It gets in your head and you start
Oh
thinking
yeah.
so many doubts about yourself.
Oh for sure. I mean, for me, I've never been one to compete. The only time you're gonna see me compete is if we playing basketball over the gym or if we on the football field. But other than that, I don't really I don't really care about competing with anybody else because I really don't want what's yours. I only want what's for me. And if I'm spending too much time trying to focus on what you got going on, I'm spending less time focusing on what's for me.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just focus on that. And I want you to win in everything you're doing. I'm not if you're competing with me, you're competing by yourself because I'm not competing with you.
Amen.
You know,
Okay.
that's what it is.
It is what it is. Now, a couple quick questions before we head on out because I'm getting more and more intrigued in the life of Drew Castle.
Word.
Being a singer songwriter,
Yeah.
who do you want to work with next as either or, who you want to collab with next? Who would you like to write for next?
Anybody who knows me knows this for sure.
Who can I guess?
Guess.
Chris Brown.
Come
I
on.
don't know why I knew
Talk
that.
to me.
I don't know
Talk,
why, but it
talk
made
to
sense
me.
to me. Chris Brown.
Okay, real quick.
Hmm.
Chris Brown is the reason that I started really writing music. There's a specific song from Chris Brown
Hmm.
that made me think, how can I write a song like that?
Hmm.
So I would mimic some of the things that he would do to properly learn how to write a song in the right form. Because before then, I was just writing songs and rhyming and saying things that I felt good at the time,
Yeah.
but it wasn't in the form of a song because there's a form of a song, you know.
Hmm.
And I took after him on a specific song called "Stuck on Stupid."
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's
I
a good
said,
song.
"Yo, how do I write a song like this?"
Yeah.
And from that point, when I wrote a song that was kind of similar to it, but I didn't mimic it, and I was like, I've cracked the code. I
Okay.
know how to actually. I mean, I know how to write songs before. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but to write it in the form where people can receive it,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But yes, Chris Brown is my all-time collaboration,
Okay. Well,
and
y'all.
I've had the opportunity to write some songs for him. Um, they just didn't make the album. Initially, they were like, "Oh yeah, 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 this is
Yeah.
gonna go, this is gonna go." I wrote like two or three songs for his the Breezy album,
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah.
and got him sent off. They liked him. He recorded them. From what I know, he recorded them the same night, and was like loved them. And then I found out maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before the album came out that they probably weren't going to be on the album, which is
It's
cool with
okay.
me.
It's cool.
But the opportunity and the connection
Yeah.
was fantastic. So
How do you even get that opportunity? I mean, all these people, I know people, singers and artists out there, they're trying to wonder the same thing. How do you get connected to these amazing opportunities that you have?
you just be around, man. People got to see you. You got to show up for people too.
Okay.
Like I've spent a lot of time, and I'm pretty sure that whoever's listening to this who knows me knows that I've shown up for a lot of people, and I do it genuinely though, not to get anything back.
Hmm.
If I rock with you and I want to see you win or whatever case, I'm gonna come show up. I'm gonna show up to a show. I'm gonna show up to a writing session. If you call my phone, need some advice on something, I'm gonna give it to you. And that's part of the success of being a songwriter or artist or musician, showing up for people and then allowing them to show up for you. You know, that's how I get into a lot of rooms. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm a genuine person. I feel like, so I'm intentional about that. Nobody can come to you and be like, Drew is crazy. I'm a little crazy, but I'm the right kind of crazy.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
I think all artists, all people that are creative are a little touch
Yeah, you
crazy, just
gotta
a
have
little
a
bit,
little bit
a little
of
sense of it.
a little bit of like, hey, you nuts. I got a friend like that right now who will call me 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yo, what you doing, brother?
Bro, man.
I'm asleep, actually. I'm actually asleep right now. All right, yeah, that's cool, but I need you to come over and listen to this song we just did.
No.
Here I go, getting out the bed.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh
Everybody not like that, but I'll do it. You call me and
Yeah.
say I need you to come listen to this right quick at the studio. I'll get up 4 o'clock in the morning, leave, and come check out what you got going on, and go back home.
So do you give, so somebody reach out to you and they're like, hey, I want to talk to you, I want to get to know you. I'm an artist. I'm trying my best to get to your level. Do you take those calls or DMs? Do you take those and answer them?
Yeah, it depends because I'm gonna be real with you about something,
Hmm.
and this is no shot at nobody. So I hope everybody take this in love. But it's really hard for me to work with people who try to do this as a hobby.
Ooh, I get that.
I can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I genuinely love what I do, and the thing is that I was doing it before I was getting paid for it,
Mm,
and there's still things right now I do for free. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Just off of the love of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. You want to get paid for what you do, but I need to know that it's serious before I even indulge because like the type of individual that I am when it comes to studio work and songwriting, I'm not harsh with it. I'm just honest with it. And some
Yeah.
people may not be able to take that. And you being around me, honestly, I'll be able to pick up on it very quickly. Like I don't know if you really want to do this for real. Maybe you like it and you're trying to figure it out, but maybe right now it's not the time.
Oh, I
You
get
know,
it.
you
I
know
all
what
the
I'm saying?
time I get artists that will like, oh, can you interview me? I want to have my song on your show.
Nope.
Wait, pause. Did you actually do the work?
Did you do the work? I
At
mean, like
all?
I need to know something.
I
Like
have to
what?
be able to see you, have to discover, know something that you've done,
For sure.
and they're like, no, I just started yesterday, babe. This ain't what you
Oh
want,
no,
then,
that's
honey. I'm
not it.
sorry, this
That's
ain't
not
it.
it.
This ain't it.
That's not it, yo.
I interviewed Brian McKnight, baby. Gotta give me a minute.
Gotta give me a
Get
second.
get to
Gotta get-
get it first. But you want someone to have some weight. It's like going to the gym. Have some weight in the gym.
Absolutely.
Develop yourself. Get
Sure.
yourself in there, and then honestly, it'll work.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
you'll get up there.
Sure.
So okay, we got new
Yeah.
music coming out. We got some
music.
advice you just dropped on us,
Yeah.
and hopefully a date coming soon for your release party.
You will be knowing that for sure.
Oh, I feel like it's going to be like,
You'll be one of the first to know for sure.
please
So
do.
I really can't wait for people to like hear what's going on, man. It's been a while since I've been able to put some music out,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited about what I'm working on right now. And I just hope people receive it well. Also, I'm not a forceful person, so it's like it's whoever rock with it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well, please let me know. And then, really quick thing, what do you want our listeners to learn about you? What is one thing that you want our listeners to say? I took this away from Drew Castle. This is who he is.
I'm very intentional. I'm God fearing, family oriented, and I'm a hard worker. And yeah,
And that's
that's
it.
that's pretty much it. I love y'all, and I wish the best for everybody. I'm not a person who steps on people's toes.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I'm a multitude of things. You know what I'm saying? Very gifted. I know that I'm gifted and talented, but I'm also a person who likes to use my gifting and talents for so many good things. You know, um, so me making this music is far beyond me being someone with a lot of notoriety, a lot of
Hmm.
awards or accolades or anything like that. That stuff is cool. If God blesses me enough to have many accolades, then that's fantastic. But it's so much bigger than this.
But you
It's about
already,
family, it's about friends, it's
yeah.
about, being able to be there for the people who can't be there for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because I was there before. So that's what I do this for. It's bigger than this. Way bigger than this. I'm talking about generations to come when I'm out of here and really just a memory. I want to be able to say I did something here that really impacted people in a way to make them want to do what it is that they wanted to do and really get to where they're trying to go.
You made me want to cry. You really do. I was like, wait, you have the accolades. You do with the gold album, with the with Slow, and then of course
Yeah.
2 Soul Train nominations. Is that right?
Yeah.
You got it,
I,
and
th-
more
I,
to
I
come.
think I maybe attended my first Grammys this year too.
What?
So I'm excited about that.
Come on now.
I'm excited about that. There's a lot of stuff I can't talk about right
I
now,
know. I know.
but like I can't wait for y'all to know what's up.
Well, listen, y'all, be on game to Drew Castle. I mean, y'all, he's right here today, but tomorrow, Chris Brown, get ready. He's going to be on tour because I put that into existence. Look, speaking into
Yeah. Oh
existence. Speaking into
yeah
existence.
yeah
That's
yeah.
what it is. And I feel
Mhm.
like, yeah, I knew
Mhm.
him. Yeah, he's with Chris Brown right now. I know.
That's
I
crazy.
know.
That's crazy.
Speaking into existence, guys, tell them how can they follow you, find more about you. How can that happen?
Yeah. So if you want to follow like my Instagram, it's I'm Drew Castle.
Hmm.
So it's the letter I, the letter M, Drew Castle. Because some people get it mixed with I am. It's not I am. It's just I'm.
Hmm.
I'm Drew Castle. That's how you can find me.
All right, more
Yeah,
from Drew
yeah.
Castle coming out. That is R&B Vibes with M&A. Thanks, y'all.